2025. I don't know about you, but for me and for most of my clients, this year has been a tough year. There is a lot going on. The news is nuts. There are planes flying out of the sky, things falling off of my desk while I'm talking here. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of instability, both nationally and globally. And I, like in my circles, one conversation that just keeps coming up over and over and over again is how do you stay informed? How do you stay an informed citizen while also protecting your mental health? And this, I've got to admit, has been a pretty big challenge for me. And it's been a big challenge for a lot of the people that I coach, a lot of the people in my Time Well Spent program, a lot of the people that I'm friends with, a lot of the people in my family. Like it has been hard. And so I've been trying to crowdsource some strategies that we can use to help us stay informed citizens while also protecting our mental health to the best of our ability. And so I've got five different strategies that I want to share with you here today. And I would love you to comment down below if one, any of these have worked for you, or two, if you have got other strategies that are working for you, please, please, please let me know because not only will you be giving a gift to me, you will be giving a gift to everyone who reads your comment because I am sure we are all in dire need of more strategies for this right now. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to number one, which is just, you know what? Give yourself some grace. You are justified in feeling the feelings that you are feeling, whatever feelings those are. You are justified. Things are nuts right now. If you are just somehow sailing through it, like I want to know all your secrets, but for most of us, it's been a difficult time and it is okay to feel the feelings that you're having. It is okay to be scared. It is okay to be anxious. Your feelings are your feelings. You don't have to apologize for them. So, strategy number one, just give yourself some kindness. Strategy number two, schedule time to worry. Now, this may sound ridiculous, right? It did to me the first time I read about it, but you can schedule time to worry. And this is a science-backed strategy that is actually going to help you to manage the rest of your day, right? Because you know what? In the midst of all this, we still have to do our jobs. We still have to feed our kids. We still have to do our laundry. We still have to get stuff done. And it can be hard to do that. So scheduling time to worry is a strategy that allows us to compartmentalize in a way that says, you know what, we are making time to worry. Actually, worry is kind of important. But what we're going to do is we're going to put it over here in a box and we are going to worry when it's time to worry. This gives your mind the ability to know, you know what, we can let these thoughts go for right now because we are going to be thinking about them later. Now, better yet, I would say literally schedule this. This may sound ridiculous, but literally schedule it. Maybe you just need 15 minutes a day or half an hour every other day, but schedule this time to worry. And as you're going through your day, if you have worries, if you have thoughts that come up, which you will, then just write them down someplace. So whether it's a journal, whether it's a post-it, whether it's a specific document on your computer, whether it's into the notes of the calendar appointment you've set up with yourself to worry, just jot those thoughts down so that they have a place to live that isn't the forefront of your mind. And then when it is time to worry, when you have gotten to your scheduled time, you can go through that list. You can read it. You can review it. You can add to it. You can spend that time worrying. You've set it aside to do just that. And you may also find that you get to that time that you've scheduled to worry and you don't actually need it. You don't need to worry during that time. Just the very act of setting it aside has been what's been helpful. So schedule time to worry. Now, another thing that we can do is turn our worry into action. Now, there's actually a difference between worry and rumination, right? Worry is this kind of at future oriented, like you're trying to figure out what's going to happen, what you could do about it, et cetera. And rumination tends to be kind of past oriented. We're rehashing things that have already happened, and it's not driven by action. And so, if we can kind of shift ourselves from rumination to worry, that's one step for the better. And then if we can shift ourselves from worry into action, that's even better. So whatever it is that you're worried about, for me, it's kind of national politics, right? And then by extension, global politics. One thing that I am doing to just bring myself into action every day is I'm using the 5 Calls app. I'll link it below to allow me to call my representatives, my Congress people, my senators, et cetera, to let them know what I think and what I feel about what's going on and what I want them to do as my elected representatives. I love the 5 Calls app. They're not a sponsor or anything like that. I just love the 5 Calls app. I've been using it for many years. And the reason why I love it is because you just enter your zip code And then it shows you a bunch of issues that you might care about. Now, you might not care about those issues, and that's fine. Just ignore them. But there are going to be some of them you do care about. And for those ones, you can click through. It's going to tell you which of your elected people is the person to call or the people to call. It's going to give you their number, so you can just click it, and it's going to give you a script. Do you have to use the script? No, you do not. You can say whatever you want. But you can use the script if it's just too much to think about, right? So I find this to be a really easy way to get my message to the people who need it. And you may think, well, what does that matter? Just calling people. It actually matters. Every single call is counted, it is tallied, your opinions are tallied, and our representatives do use the information that they get from the public to help drive their decisions around things. So this is something small that you could do too if you are feeling some of the same stressors that I am feeling as well. I know that this makes me feel good every time I do it because it turns that worry into action. Now, what if you're finding you can't schedule the time to worry, you can't turn it into action, like you just worried and you can't get out of it? Well, one little trick that you can do is to actually just ground yourself for a moment, like ground yourself in the present, right? Worry, rumination, future oriented, past oriented, ground yourself in the present. And I don't say a whole lot of woo-woo things, but this is a little woo-woo and it also does work. So, what do I mean by grounding yourself in the present? I mean that you can take a few deep breaths and just really focus on the breath. You can rub your fingers together for a few minutes and or not really like a few seconds until you can kind of feel your fingertips. You can feel the ridges of your fingerprints together. You can listen for the farthest sound that you hear. You can identify five orange things in your vicinity, right? You just do something to bring you into the present. You can locate your toes in your socks and wiggle them around, but do something to locate yourself into the present. And will this get rid of all your worries? No, but it does kind of get your brain out of that spinny cycle and get you back into something that may be more productive or better for you to be doing. Now, there's one more thing that you can do, and maybe I should have started with this one. This is that you can limit your news intake. If it is the news, like me, that is making you feel like, oh, how are you ever going to maintain? Then limit your news intake. So for me, I have been listening to NPR's Up First. It's like a 10-minute podcast in the morning. That's just all the news that I get. And I have been reading Heather Cox Richardson's newsletter, right? Which is a kind of, it's a news, but based in historical fact. So those are two things that I've been doing. And I've been trying not to look at TikTok, not to look at Instagram, not to look at any other places where it might just be overload for my brain. Now, I asked, we were talking about this in one of the group coaching sessions for my Time Well Spent program. And I asked the participants, like, what were they doing? And there was a great, great comment from one of my clients. And he said that he has been just getting his news from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And he's been getting his news from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me because one, it has humor, and two, it only comes once a week. So he's not getting into the daily chaos of the headlines. He's just getting the things that he needs once a week. There are probably lots of other ways that you can limit your news intake, but this is one way that we can help protect our mental health is to not go on the roller coaster ride all day long. Now, I want to know what works for you. I am sure that you have got novel ideas that you have been trying. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. This is going to help everybody else. And of course, if you like this video, make sure you like it so that I know that you liked it. And two, if you want to get this kind of content in your feed every single week, make sure to subscribe.
Just like she said, make sure you subscribe because only about 21.3% of the people that watch our videos are subscribed. So it'd be a big help for the channel and kind of help us get monetized.